It's that time again as Monarch Radio brings you back to those golden days before television, when radio was the main source of family entertainment in the home. Stay tuned for another one of those drama or comedy episodes from way back when, as performed by the Monarch old-time radio players.
Fibber McGee and Molly became one of American radio's top comedy shows in the 1940s. It starred Jim and Marion Jordan, a real-life married couple working in radio since the 1920s, playing the role of a middle American husband and wife. Their community included a host of characters played by famous radio actors such as Harold Peary, Gale Gordon, and Bill Thompson, who played multiple roles on the same broadcast. A typical airing featured 5 to 8 other actors besides the Jordans in the 30-minute episodes. Much of the show's humor relied on running gags with retold punchlines that sometimes popped up here and there for years. One of these featured McGee's closet, which was always errantly opened and resulted in falling bric-a-brac crashing down in a horrendous clatter, with McGee saying, "I gotta get that closet cleaned out one of these days." Each episode also featured an appearance by announcer Harlow Wilcox, whose job it was to weave an ad for the sponsor from the plot without having to break the show for a real commercial. Fibber usually met Wilcox's sales pitch with groans or humorously sarcastic lines. Their standalone series ran from 1935 to 1956 and was adapted to a string of movies. This morning, Monarch Radio is pleased to present its recreation of the Fibber McGee and Molly episode, The Flying Saucer, aired on March 29, 1950. The Johnson's Wax Program with Fibber McGee and Molly. There's been a great deal of discussion lately, pro and con, about flying saucers. The pro people swear they've seen them. The con people say the pro people are victims of mass hypnosis. And here is one of the con men and his wife, Fibber McGee and Molly.
And furthermore, you show me a guy that claims he's seen a flying saucer, and I'll show you a guy who the whole thing is just a mere pygmy of his imagination.
You don't mean pygmy, dearie. A pygmy is a tiny little human being.
Yeah, well, they claim they've seen them too. Men from Mars, 23 inches tall with big heads. The whole thing is ridiculous. It's mass hysteria.
Oh, now, I wouldn't dismiss the subject as easily as that, McGee. The paper said this morning that an Army pilot chased one for 20 minutes.
Yeah, but did he catch it? No, sir. Did anybody ever catch one? No, sir. And why not? Because they're an optical derision. That's why.
Sweetheart, Army pilots aren't usually hysterical people. Transport flyers must have good eyesight, or they wouldn't be flying transports. I'm inclined to think that, well, where there's so much smoke, it can't always be a false alarm.
Okay, Tootsie, okay. You'll see. When they finally catch up to one of them things, you'll see nobody ever will. This stuff is nothing new. Who was it back in 1912 that reported seeing a spaceship from Jupiter flying low and slow over the brewery back in Peoria? Me. That's who.
You?
Oh, you betcha. What did it turn out to be? A baby caterpillar crawling across me sunglasses. Flying saucers.
All right, I won't argue, lover, but I'm still not convinced.
Well, me personal opinion is that anybody that claims he's seen a flying saucer ought to go to a good optimist and get his peepers overhauled. Well, we got to go downtown. You want to go with me?
Yes, it is a nice day for a walk. What are you going to do downtown?
Well, you got to look up a good patent lawyer about my new invention.
Oh, invention?
Mm-hmm.
You mean the plastic cross piece of radio aerial so the neighbors will think you have a television set?
No, this is a new type of alarm clock. It's got a sponge rubber bell that you can't hear it when it rings on Sunday mornings.
You ought to make a small fortune with that. Very small.
Ah,
I'll get my hat, dearie. Come in.
well, if it ain't the big pink doctor with the little black bag. Hello, Doc.
Hello, Dr. Gamble.
Hello, McGee. Hello, Molly. Going somewhere?
Yes, I always wear my hat in the house anyway. Then if someone comes to the door and I don't want to talk to them, I can say I'm on my way out. And if it's somebody I like, I can say I just came in.
In this case, we're just going out.
All right, I can take a hint. I'm not as thick-skinned as someone I know that I could reach out and touch if I had just washed my hands. Can I drop you any place, McGee? Like maybe on the top of your head?
Well, we were just going downtown, Doctor, and you can give us a lift if you like. And by the way, you're an educated man, Doctor. What is your opinion of these flying saucers?
Educated man, me clavicle. He's the type of ignoramus that believes anything.
Children, I have been practicing medicine for 30 years.
Practicing is right.
I believe everything and nobody. If hundreds of reputable citizens claim to see strange things in the sky, I'd be the last one to prescribe scoff medicine.
Now there, McGee, you see, Dr. Gamble is no skeptic.
Oh, he's open-minded, all right. The wind blows right through it. So you believe this flying saucer is Mahula, eh, childish?
I didn't say I believed in them,
Oh,
but I don't deny there might be such things. Never heard a Republican play the Missouri Waltz on a piano either, but that doesn't prove it couldn't happen. Come on, I'll drive you downtown.
Thank you, Doctor.
thank you, Doctor. Much obliged. And if I see any spaceships on the way, I'll let you know.
Thanks. You ready, Molly?
Let's go, gentlemen.
Flying saucers. That's pure mob psychiatry. That's what it is. Historia. I'll believe him when I see him. And by George, I'll bet it'll be a long time before.
Heavenly days, look up there. Look, it's a...
Hey, Doc, it's coming this way. Hey, me gosh, it's a flying saucer. Look at the tubes and knobs. Look at it smoke. Right in our own front yard. Yow.
Great Scott. If I hadn't believed this with my own eyes, I wouldn't have seen it.
Stay away from it. Stay away from it, boys. It might be dangerous. What do you think, Doctor?
I don't know. It's a weird looking object.
I gotta report this. I'll call Washington. The Hexagon building. You wait here and keep an eye on it. Where's the phone? Hand me the phone. Hello. Hello, operator. Give me long Washington and DC distance. I mean, connect me with the Army. Yeah. Hello, Army. This is Fibber McGee in Wistful Vista. A flying saucer just crashed in me front yard. Huh? What'd you say, Army? Rope it off and keep people away from it, eh? Okay, Army. Right. Get some rope. Get some rope, Doc. Get some rope. We're going to rope it off. Keep people away from it. Orders from Washington. I called them.
What'd they say?
Oh, they says it's a lot of silly nonsense and don't talk about it to anybody. They said it was probably just my imagination and they're going to rush out and take pictures of it. Oh boy, a flying saucer right in me own front yard. And the first time I seen it, it was coming low over the trees with its rocket shooting out blue flames.
All right, folks, keep moving, keep moving.
I seen it was in trouble, see? And I says to me wife, look, I says, a flying saucer. There's no such, she says, a thing. And then I says, don't be, I says, so skeptical. And she says that,
All right, folks, move it along, keep moving. And you, Gabby, get off them French steps and run along.
He doesn't have to get off these steps. He lives here, don't you, Gabby?
huh?
I mean McGee.
Oh, you betcha. Now, don't start ordering me around, Flatfoot. I'm the fella that first seen the flying saucer. I seen it crash, too. It was coming in low over the trees, see? With its rocket shooting blue flames. I seen it was in trouble because,
Yeah. I heard you tell 12 times already. Hey, you kids, get away from the ropes.
My, I haven't seen such excitement since a lion got loose at the circus and you chased him back into his cage, McGee.
oh, I wasn't chasing him. He grabbed me hamburger, and I was trying to get it back. Me gosh, hey, look at the Boy Scout. Oh, handsome kid in that uniform, ain't he? Hey, bud, you want to hear about how I seen that flying saucer crash?
Yes, sir, I would.
That's fine, Sonny. I think you Boy Scouts should know.
Oh, I'm not a Boy Scout, ma'am. I'm a lieutenant colonel in the Air Force, retired.
A lieutenant colonel?
Oh, yes, sir. I'm not as young as I look. I'm 20. Can you tell me, sir, does this aircraft have a tapered appendage? And did it appear to be a guided missile rather than a conventional pilot control type? Would you say it was dependent on rocket propulsion or some hereto unknown gravity repellent kinetic type of turbojet power?
Helen Deary,
Okay. Well, sir, bud, the first time I seen it, it was coming in low over them trees with the rocket shooting out blue flames. Hey, wait a minute. Hey, how do I know you ain't agent for some foreign power, Buster? Are them American decorations you're wearing?
Oh, yes, sir. Most of them I got since the war.
Oh,
Spring fruit trees. This distinguished fruit fly award with the 6 twigs was for 20 combat missions over an apple orchard in Walla Walla.
heavenly days, and you got back safely from all of them, huh?
Oh, yes, ma'am. My last mission was pretty tough, though. My wingman crashed into a cider mill and came in at 12 o'clock. Hi. Well, thanks for the information, sir. Good day, ma'am.
Good day, Sonny. I mean, Colonel. Heavenly days, what are they doing?
well, let's go over and see. But don't get too close, Tootsie. That thing might be retroactive.
Radioactive. Retroactive means it goes back.
Well, this baby won't go back. It looks like our kitchen stove after I make pancakes, all battered up. Hey, folks, let us through here, please. Let us through. We're the people who seen the crash. Let us through.
Look, Joe, there's that pot-bellied little moron that's been ordering everyone around. He thinks he owns the place.
He don't know nothing. The petty larceny little twerp will probably want to charge us 4 bits a head for just standing here.
All right, folks. All right now. You're all trespassing on me property, you know. Everybody that wants to stay and watch, it'll cost you 2 bits a head.
Now, take it easy, dearie. You can't charge people. Oh, hello there, Mr. Wilcox.
Oh, hi, Junior.
Let the man through, folks. Let him through.
Thank you, Molly. Hello, Molly. Hello, pal. Hey, I hear you've got a flying saucer here. Is it that over there, that big pile of junk metal?
Yeah, that's it, Junie. Me and Molly and Doc Gamble seen it crash. You know, I first seen it coming in low over the trees, see? Flying low, with orange and green lights, and 5 little men sticking their heads out of the porthole. It circled the city hall, and then they all bailed out, and the whole bunch...
McGee,
Huh?
they did not.
Oh, well, they must have. There was nobody in it when it hit.
Well, this is very interesting. This is the first real proof we've had of interplanetary travel. Hey, I'm going to ask for a bigger sales territory for Johnson's wax products.
Huh?
Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus. Ah, Venus. That's for me.
Maybe they don't have any linoleum on Mars, Mr. Wilcox.
Well, they won't have any Mars on their linoleum either. They sure won't when I sell them that wonderful Johnson's water repellent glow coat, the finest protection against Mars and scratches and spill things that money can buy.
Hey, wait a minute, Flash Gordon. You seriously think you could take a spaceship up through the Milky Way to sell glow coat?
The Milky Way is the way a lot of linoleum looks after damp mopping, pal. But the Johnson's water repellent glow coat way leaves no milky looking at streaks by Jupiter.
That's all very well to sell wax from a spaceship, Mr. Wilcox. But what if you should run into one of those big, what do you call it, a star with a tail?
Lassie.
Oh, you.
Hey. Waxy.
Yes, pal?
Mr. Wilcox, what do you seriously think of these flying saucers?
Yeah.
Well, if they really develop them, they'll be great for honeymoon trips.
Yeah?
Yep. There's no place to spoon like a saucer.
No place to spoon like a saucer. I don't know what we'd ever do without that boy. But it's a sweet thought to play around with.
Now, McGee, I think he's a very conscientious lad.
Yeah.
You are Comrade McGee.
Yes, we are, sir. I mean, he is. I am Mrs. McGee, his wife by marriage.
Da?
I'm Mr. Da.
No, not Da. My name is Sergei Petrovsky. I'm tourist.
Isn't that a Russian name, sir?
Yeah, Petrovsky, good American name. You give me loyalty oath, I sign. Then I take plenty pictures flying saucer. You care?
Nah, just as long as you ain't a spy, bud. Do you want the story to go with that? Well, I first seen it coming in low over the trees at an altitude of 10,000 foot, see?
Oh, where did you say you were from, sir?
Brooklyn grad. Now I take pictures. Out of the way, capitalists. Spasiba. I take plenty pictures. Click, 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 click.
Pleasant guy. And them mustaches looked so familiar.
Well, McGee, that's quite an exhibit you have here. As mayor of the town in which a flying saucer was first seen, I would like to say,
The first time we saw it, Mr. Mayor, it was coming in low over the trees there.
I'll tell it, kiddo. I'll tell it. I've had more practice. It was coming in over them trees, Latrivia, flying low and kind of wobbly.
yes, I've heard all about it, McGee. You haven't been exactly reticent about this, you know.
Well, you bet I haven't. Orders, boy. The Army told me not to talk. Security reasons. Top secret.
Big deal. Off the bottom of the deck.
Well, I've always said that if you want to keep flying saucers a secret, there's nothing like sending them across the sky on a clear day to crash in some talkative fellow's front yard with a loud noise.
Mr. Mayor, what do you think of this thing?
Well, it's the first one I've seen, Molly. My nephew is an airline pilot. He chased a flying saucer last week for 20 minutes.
My gosh, did he catch it, Latriv?
No, but he would have if he'd been in his airplane. As it was, he tripped over a horse and fell flat on, just a minute. What's this? What's this?
Hey, look, soldiers. The Army's taking the flying saucer over. Look, Molly.
Heavenly days. Look at the fancy uniforms. They must all be generals.
Wow.
Company, halt! At ease. Are you His Honor, the Mayor?
Yes, I'm my honor. Yes, his mayor. Darn it, I'm mayor of Latrivia. Is the Army taking over here?
Gee, I don't know, Mr. Mayor. We're the Shriners drill team from Springfield, and we got lost. Did you see a parade go past here?
No. The parade is on 14th Street. 3 blocks west and turn right.
Okay, thanks very much. 10 hut. About face, forward, arch. Hut, 2, 3, 4.
All right. Move back there, please, folks. Don't touch the flying saucer.
Well, who's that smart aleck? I don't see no uniform on him.
Oh, he lives here. He's the one who saw it crash. His name is McSpee, Blabber McSpee.
Yeah?
And I was talking to him.
Now stand back, bud. Don't touch the flying saucer. Security rules, you know. Now stand back.
Oh, McGee,
Huh?
here's a lady wants to see you.
Oh,
This is my husband, Miss Dendron.
Oh, I'm so happy to know you, Mr. McGee.
well, thanks, sis. What'd you say your name was?
Dendron, Mr. McGee. Rhoda Dendron of the Wistful Vista Peony and Petunia Club.
Oh,
The girls have asked me to interview you for our club paper, The Petunia Planter.
Isn't that nice, dearie?
oh, you mean on account of finding the saucer, eh?
Yes.
The Petunia planter, eh? Well, you can tell your readers, sis, that I was well known as a planter myself at one time.
Why, really, Mr. McGee? Let me make some notes. Oh, this will just thrill the girls. What did you plant, Mr. McGee?
Corn, mostly.
No, I had charge at one time of me Aunt Rose's raisin ranch, and we raised more real raisins than any raisin ranch has raised in recent years.
Oh, dear.
Raising raisins?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my, let me write this down. Every word of it. Our readers will just love it.
Well, sis, Aunt Rose's raisin ranch raised such good raisins that we started raising raisin prices. And the raisin prices of Rose's ranch raised raisins raised holy heck with the other raisin ranchers. I watched the raisin market for recent rises in raisin rates, and by the time the rates for real ranch raised raisins was rose to right, all the raisins we raised was rotted right on Rose's ranch. So between raisin raisins and raisin ranchers and raisin rates and rotten raisins, we plowed the whole thing up and planted tulips. Did you get that, sis? Did you write it down?
Well, I broke the point on my pencil.
Oh,
Would you mind repeating that?
excuse me, sis. I gotta go speak to a man over here.
Yes, pardon us, Miss Petunia.
Hey, bud, you in the uniform with the scrambled eggs on the shoulder and the gravy on your sleeve. You looking for me?
Are you McGee?
Yes, he is, sir. I'm Mrs. McGee.
How do you do, Mrs. McGee? I'm General Bacon, head of intelligence.
Well, I'm glad to know you, Baconhead. Well, sir, we were standing on,
No, McGee.
huh?
General Bacon it is.
Oh,
How do you do, I'm sure, General? If there's anything we can tell you about.
Thank you very much, Mrs. McGee. I have a complete report from the police and from my men here. We'll take charge now, and
I think I'd better fill you in, General, just in case they missed any details. You'll want an eyewitness account to take back to Eisenhower anyhow.
General Eisenhower has retired, McGee.
Well, wake him up. Me gosh, this thing is important. Now, for the first time, I seen this flying saucer, General. It was coming in low at high altitude with its rocket shooting out blue flame. Where you going, Molly?
In the house a minute, dearie. I've heard this till I'm sick and tired of it.
Yeah, me too. But anyway, like I say, it was coming in low over the trees. Hey, General. Where'd he go? Oh, well, if nobody wants to hear about the flying saucer, I guess I might as well.
Let me through, please. Let me through. Coming through. I'm a personal friend of the family. Let me through, please. Hi, mister.
Well, hello, Teeny. Better get up here on the porch, sis, before you get stepped on.
Thank you, mister. Oh boy, policemen and soldiers and Gee, what's all this crowd for, mister? What is it for? Tell me.
Well, they're here to see me, sis. You see, I've just become the first man to establish contact with another planet. I've just had a visit from Mars.
Mars?
Yeah.
Gee, did you give any candy bars, misters? I love Mars bars.
No, sis. Now look, you ever hear of flying saucers, Teeny?
Oh, sure I have. You betcha.
Yeah?
Me and Willie Toops made one this morning, mister.
Oh, you did, hey? You and Willie Toops made a flying saucer?
Sure.
Oh.
We had some big, huge skyrockets left from last year, and we fastened them onto my mama's old roasting pan and lit them up, and it sailed over our house, and hey, there it is.
What?
That's our flying saucer.
What?
Hey, Willie.
Oh, you mean...
Sure. Willie, that's our flying saucer in the driveway. One side, everybody. That's mine. Hey, Willie, here it is.
Featured in today's cast for yours truly, Bob Cuddy as Harlow Wilcox and Sergei, Charlie Felicia as Fibber, Jan Schmidt as Molly, Charles Davis as Doc Gamble, Howard Wishner as the officer, Bob Jepson as Sonny and the General, Bill Steves as the Mayor and the Man, George Hoover as Shriner, Jane Utsumi as the Woman and Teeny, and Judy Katz as Rhoda. Due to the current shelter in place, our creation of this Fibber McGee and Molly episode was conducted remotely, where each cast member was located at his or her respective home. This show was recorded and edited by Judy Katz and was directed by Howard Wishner. Howard Wishner also provided sound effects using sound recordings from freesfx.co.uk, as well as portions from the original broadcast. Casting and script selection was provided by Maureen Wishner.